Sports fans, PB&Z Sports Chaos. We're back with G Money once again. We're going to do our gambling edition of the Super Bowl as we do every year, live at Warmison Lanes in lovely Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
Thank you for having me.
G Money. This is going to be all about prop bets, gambling, and we will talk a little football strategy during this. First of all, though, G Money, I didn't ask you a question. The quarterback carousel has already started. We had the big trade last week. Carson Wentz is going to be traded this week. Where do you think Carson Wentz goes? You got any ideas?
I think Indianapolis and go back with Frank Reich, Reach or whatever his name.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
By the way, I got to ask you because you're on record last week of saying the Stafford trade for Carson Wentz was a C/D grade.
Yep.
Why?
Just because the Rams have no draft capital as it is because of what they had to give up for some of these players like Jalen Ramsey. So they had to give up a ton of draft capital to get Stafford. So if Stafford doesn't pan out and they don't win a Super Bowl in the next few years, they're screwed. They have very little draft capital moving forward. So that's a risk they took, and I don't know if it was necessary. Stafford's better than Goff, but not that much. And then on the Lions side, I don't know. I would have rather see them start with a new QB because they're in rebuild mode. Start with a draft pick versus Goff, who I don't think Goff is that great. I mean, he's top 15, but I don't think he was worth that trade, in my opinion.
Well, PB says Goff sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. He says he's a joke. Is there a difference between joke or sucks? I don't know.
Pretty much
right?
same thing.
I think so, right? I don't know, man. We'll see. You're right. He's not going to win with Detroit because no one wins with Detroit. They had Barry Sanders. They didn't win.
Right.
And Calvin Johnson went in the Hall of Fame last night. They didn't win. So, hey, I will say this, though. Have you seen Kristen Harper, his girlfriend? PB and G Money, you guys should suck so bad. She's a knockout.
Is she hot?
Yeah.
Well, it's a California girl, right?
Yeah.
They're all beautiful
right,
out there.
Let's talk the Super Bowl. G Money, I didn't ask you. Right now, 3 best Super Bowls you've ever seen. Who were they?
Now, the 3 best, I would say, would be when the Pats won their first Super Bowl against the Rams.
Yeah.
As a heavy underdog. I think they were minus 14 and plus 14 they covered and won. And then I loved when the Saints upset the Colts. It wasn't long after Hurricane Katrina. And they did the onside kick, which was huge. And then I would have to say the other one that I really loved was when the Pats beat Seattle. That unbelievable play at the end. That has to be one for the ages.
All right.
The Malcolm Butler interception.
I got 2. 1979, the Steelers 35, my Cowboys 31, one of the best games I ever saw, and I got to give it Atlanta.
I was born that year, so I didn't watch that.
Pats in Atlanta, 28 to 3.
Oh, I forgot about that
big
one.
Comeback.
Jeez, that was huge.
I almost went to bed and gave up on that game. Thank God I didn't. But
That was incredible. I forgot about that.
by the way, today is my 45th Super Bowl.
40.
Number 10 was my first. Cowboys losing to Pittsburgh, 21 to 17, I believe it was.
So the 45th that you're going to watch.
Yes,
some capacity.
Yeah. All right. Hey, what's the 3 biggest upsets in your mind?
Yeah, I would say I'm gonna reference the aforementioned Pats over the Rams. It's the biggest underdog to cover in the history of Super Bowl, or win in the history of Super Bowl. I'm gonna go way back to the 3rd Super Bowl with the Jets beating the Baltimore.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was huge.
Broadway Joe. I guarantee the win.
And then the last one would be, I would say, I hate to say it, it pains my heart to say this, but the Giants over the Pats in 08, beating an undefeated team in the Super Bowl.
That's a good point. Good segue, because I'm going to say the 2 best game plans, when we talk about the defensive keys to this game for Tampa Bay, was the 91 Bills game where the Giants won that, and the 2008 Super Bowl where the Giants again won against the best offense in the game, right?
And it's the same defensive coordinator, right? That plays for KC?
Steve Spagnuolo. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. All right, let me ask you a question. First of all, let's get into your prop bets. Give us a couple prop bets right away, because it's all about the prop bets fans for the Super Bowl.
I'm going to start with the one that made me laugh the most. I think this is funny. Will the weekend wear a Canadian tuxedo? I have no idea what that is, but it's plus 350. I don't even know what it's Canadian. Do you know what a Canadian tuxedo is?
No, that's a bet?
Yeah. I was dying.
Okay.
And then my favorite prop, I'm going to skip it early, but the game decided by 3 points, plus 350. I think it's
Either way.
Either way. So you put 100, you win 350. I think that's the best prop of the day, in my opinion.
Ooh, I like it. All right. One of the storylines of the game is the GOAT, right? Yep. Brady is now in his 10th Super Bowl. He could win his 7th today. Mahomes could win his 2nd. By the way, Brady won his 2nd in his 4th season. Mahomes could win his 2nd in his 4th season. I'll ask you a question, because they talk about Mahomes being the next GOAT. If Brady wins today, his 7th, does Mahomes ever catch him?
No one's going to win. It's unheard of what Brady's doing and did, there's no Mahomes wins 4 max.
I'm with you. If he doesn't win today, he has no prey to catch Brady. Right?
I agree.
Right. All right. Hey, I got a little DYK for you. How many Super Bowls featured the 2 quarterbacks who won the previous Super Bowls?
Ooh. So they won the previous. So there must have been.
So back to back. So like Brady won it, and then Mahomes won it last year. Any other Super Bowls you can think of?
Maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers days?
Close. It is a trick question. No one has ever done it before. It's the first time you've ever had the back-to-back Super Bowl winners play
each other?
Yeah.
Wow.
The only other time there's been a Super Bowl quarterbacks that won in the past that played each other was the '79 Steelers-Cowboys game.
Oh, was it? But it wasn't back-to-back.
No, it wasn't back-to-back. All right, man. All right. Give me 2 more prop bets.
Yeah. I like the first TD Fournette. I think the Bucs are going to run the ball a lot early in the game, especially, and that's plus 700. So if he scores the first TD of the game, 100 to win 700. And then another one I really like is Gronk anytime TD. So he's just going to score anytime in the game, and the Bucs win plus 600.
Oh, all right. I like that one. That's not a bad one.
Yeah.
I would take that one. All right. I could ask a question. The storyline that I think this morning going into this game, will Andy Reid's son's car crash have an impact on him in this game?
It has to, right? I mean, he's human. The human side of football. I don't know if he could just brush that off. The kid, they say that he was intoxicated, right? So he's drinking and driving. 2 kids got injured. So I don't know how you can brush that under the rug.
I don't either. And not his first time ever. He's kid's an addict, right? He's been in
I wasn't aware of that.
So, all right. Hey, injuries. We got some injuries to talk about, right? So KC, they're already without the 2 starting tackles. That's a huge storyline, right?
And they're starting centers out.
He opted out at the beginning of the year, right?
So 3 backups basically.
So the other injury was Sammy Watkins for them. He's supposed to play, correct?
Yeah, I think he's powering through from last I heard.
And then the other injuries for Tampa Bay,
Cameron Brate is injured, but he's supposed to play, and Brown's cleared.
Antonio Brown and Antoine Winfield, who missed the other playoff game, right? He's back.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be almost 100% healthy.
All right.
They're missing 1 tackle, I believe, from a while. It was out for the season.
Okay.
The Bucs, but I mean, other than that, they're pretty healthy.
So let's get into it. Kansas City defense. What do you get for the keys to the game? Give me a couple keys.
Sure. They need to emulate what Spagnuolo did back in 2008, right? With the Giants team there.
I would agree.
And they need to pressure Brady without blitzing and get him flustered to where he throws a bunch of interceptions.
I'm with you.
Another one I have is they need to figure out a way to limit the ground game because that's their weakness. And if the Bucs pound the ball and they get Fournette and Jones get over 100 yards, then it's trouble for the Chiefs.
Here's an interesting stat. I wasn't aware of this until I read this the other day. Brady in his playoff career is 2-3 when he's had 4+ sacks against him.
Makes sense. He doesn't do well under pressure.
Otherwise, he's 31-8. So KC's defense was awesome against the Bills. I didn't expect them to be that impressive against the Bills, right? So we'll see. And you're right. Spagnuolo, his job against Brady in that Super Bowl 2008, he had 7 sacks, and then he had 5 sacks in Week 12 this year, right?
Yeah,
they lost that game.
He does well against Brady.
All right, Bucs defense. What do you think the Bucs defense has to do?
I think they have to control the line of scrimmage and get constant pressure on Mahomes. They can't just pressure him. They're going to get sacks. I mean, I think if they get 4 or more sacks, they win the game. But they have to get in his face, and I think they can because they have the top 3 defensive line in football, and they're going against a battered, injured offensive line by KC.
Let me ask you a question, though. Can they do it with blitzes, or they have to do it with just the 4 men?
They can do it with the 4 men, no problem. They got an elite defensive line. And then the other thing is they need to provide safety help over the top to stop Hill and their fast receivers because they can't play man-to-man or they're going to get lit up because what did Hill have, like almost 200 yards in the first quarter last game?
He did.
They got to have safety help. They got to play zone.
And you mentioned earlier, there's 2 games that come out in my mind that they have to emulate. The 91 Giants versus the Bills, when the Bills had this unbelievable offense, and they beat them up the line of scrimmage. They took away the short passes. Andre Reed was afraid to cross the field after the first quarter. And the same thing they did to the Patriots in 2008 when they owned the line of scrimmage and they were able to rush Brady with 4 guys, right? That's the difference. If they could do that, then the Bucs have a chance to win this game. And by the way, the tackles, they cannot be undisciplined. They got to stay in their lanes.
Right.
Stay in their lanes, right? Because Mahomes will step up and he'll run the ball, right?
Right. Yeah. No. He is definitely an elite talent. I don't like him, but he's one of the best. You can't argue with that.
All right. Before we talk offense, and I got more GOAT talk coming up in a moment.
I love GOAT talk.
Give me a couple more prop bets because we love props
Props
bets
are the best.
Sunday.
I got a couple MVP prop bets I like. I like Evans at plus 3,500. big odds.
Wow.
I like Shaq Barrett because if the Bucks win, it's going to be because of the defense, and he is an unbelievable talent. So if he gets like 2 sacks and a couple, forced fumble and maybe an interception, if he has an unbelievable game, he'll get the MVP. And then if the Chiefs win, I see it being Hill that brings them to win, and that's plus 850. And the Barrett was plus 3,200. And then another one I really like is the points scored second half is more than the first half. That's happened in the last 34 Super Bowls is 23, 10, and 1, where second half points are more than first half, and that's minus 135. Not great odds, but it should happen.
I got a quick little DYK for you. Tom Brady has never scored a touchdown in the first quarter in all 9 of the Super Bowls. Did you know that?
Did not know that. Really?
Yeah.
His team at all, or just?
Never scored a touchdown in the first quarter.
Wow.
So, all right. Hey, GOAT talk. The other GOAT I have for you in this game, we got 2 of the all-time great tight ends. So, I got to ask you, in his prime, Gronkowski or Kelsey, who's the GOAT?
100% Gronk. He does more. He's more than a wide receiver, which is Kelsey really is. Gronk blocks. He does the dirty work. He gets the touchdowns. He gets the catches. Gronk in his prime. There's a reason why he was the tight end of the past century all decade. Gronk is by far better in his prime than Kelsey is now.
I didn't realize they're both 31, so Kelsey was unheard of for a few years, right?
Are they the same age?
They're the same age, right?
I feel like Gronk's 40. He's been
Man, I know it. All right, give me your offensive keys. Start with KC. What do you think?
I think with the Chiefs, they need to figure out a way to overcome the offensive line injuries and keep Mahomes a clean pocket. They got to protect him from being sacked and flustered, because if he gets sacked and flustered, they have no chance unless he's doing what he does the best, which is throw the ball.
Yeah, with you.
And then the other one I have is exploit the weakness of the Bucks. With the Bucks' only weakness is their cornerbacks. So if they can exploit that with speed, team speed, like they have the fastest wide receivers in the league collectively, then they can potentially win the game. If they do that and the Bucks don't do zone and stay man to man, they're screwed.
I'm 100% with you. If it gets to a track meet, this thing is over, right? For sure. All right, let me ask you a question. Tampa Bay, what are they going to do?
I think it's simple. They're going to pound the ball with Fournette and Ronald Jones, because that is, everyone knows, Chiefs' biggest weakness. They don't do well against the rush. They're going to pound the ball. They're going to turn Brady more into a game manager than someone that needs to win the game with his arm, because that's not how you beat the Chiefs. You beat the Chiefs by running the ball down their throat. And then the other thing they need to do is Brady needs to rely more on checkdowns versus forcing the ball in double coverage, because he had 3 interceptions last game. If he has 2 or more interceptions against the Chiefs, they're all done. So he's got to be a little smarter with the ball. Right?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I would say she made a good point about running the ball. Brady's more effective off play action. So if they can run the ball, play action is placing right through his hands, right? For sure.
They'll have him.
So they're going to do that. The other thing is Gronkowski has to be a factor.
Yep. He hasn't been a factor most last couple games.
No, so he's going to be a factor. And you got to score touchdowns. This cannot be a field goal game.
No.
If you get in a field goal game with the Chiefs, you're done, right? They're going to score in the first quarter. Tom's going to do something he's never done before, score a touchdown in the first quarter.
Well, you think he's due. It's the 10th time, right? Yeah. 10th time to charm?
Yeah. Hey, I got a little DYK for you. See if you know this one. Who's the only player with an MVP and 2 Super Bowl titles by the age of 25? Mahomes is going for it right now, but who's the only other player to ever do that?
2 Super Bowl titles.
And an MVP.
Wow, that's Brady's had Brady.
Nope.
No?
Emmitt Smith from the Cowboys.
I was focused only on QBs.
Emmitt
Smith.
All right, let's get into some bets. Let's talk about what we got. Give me the money line first of all.
Plus 135 on the Bucks. I like it too.
Do you like that bet?
Yeah, I think the Bucks win.
All right, give me 2 more prop bets.
Yep, 2 more prop bets. I have. I like this one. I think it's going to happen just because both teams are aggressive. Successful 2-point conversion. If it happens, it's plus 250. I could see that happening. Oh. Just because both teams are aggressive. Arians and the Chiefs. They like to put on points. So I could see one of them going for 2 and getting it at some point. And then I also like winning margin. The Bucks between 1 and 6 points plus 300. So if the Bucks win, it's going to be between 1 and 6. I think.
So we all know you're the big gambling man. What are the ones you've actually put your money on so far?
Yeah, so I did a small one on Fournette scoring the first touchdown.
Okay.
I like that. I have Barrett for MVP, small money, plus 3,200, but I think I threw 20 on that. And then game decided by 3 points, I put something on. And then That's it right now, but there's still time.
By the way, my wife says we have to put a disclaimer on it. If you lose money because of G-Money's bets, it's not our fault. Disclaimer.
And then I like the Bucks +3. I think it goes under, and then I'm taking the Bucks money line as well.
So you like the under in the game? The
I do.
under is what, 56.5 right now?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 27-24 type of game.
And so, who are you picking?
I am picking the Bucks to win 27-24. You heard it here first.
Wow. I will say this, if it goes under, the Bucks win. I don't think it goes under, and I think the Chiefs win the game. I hate to say I am rooting for Brady, but I think the Chiefs win the game. I think it's something like 35-31.
I could see that. I mean, it's going to be close any way you count it. I mean, you're thinking 4 points, I'm thinking 3. It's going to be less than a touchdowns either way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a close game.
Please, Bucks, keep it under 55. All right, sports fans, PB&Z, Sports Chaos, thank you, G-Money,
Thank you for having me.
Have a great
Let's go,
Super Bowl
Bucks.
Sunday. It's the Christmas day for men in America.